What is good, guys? I'm here with a review for 12 Years a Slave, and to me, this is hands down one of the best pieces of acting as far as an ensemble goes in movie history. I can't remember an overall cast this good in a long time. From an acting standpoint, I kind of want to compare it to Django, as far as you had Samuel L. Jackson, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jamie Foxx, all on their A game. And I still think Leonardo DiCaprio got screwed out of a nomination for his performance in that movie. But I think this is a much more serious movie in regards to comparing it to Django. But one of the things I do want to mention is that the guy who played Solomon Northup, and basically Solomon Northup's character, uh, I still see it somewhat similar to the Django role, but this is a true story about a guy who was a free man from New York who was tricked into becoming a slave. He basically, I don't want to give it away, but he wasn't even tricked. He was basically kidnapped. I don't want to go too much more into it, but I think that the guy was still a hero and fighting for the rights of other black people that had been enslaved in a much more profound way than the Django character in Django Unchained, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. Like this, there was a lot more layers to this, a lot more to think about. What would you do in certain situations? It wasn't just a character like Jamie Foxx is going around killing people. Um, it was it's a true story. It's based on a book that Solomon Northup wrote after the 12 years of being after he had been enslaved for 12 years and regained his freedom. So I think that the guy who played Solomon Northup, I can't pronounce his name. I think he's going to be the front runner for Best Actor. I think Lupita Nyong'o, who played Patsy, a slave who drew the eye of one of the slave masters and was basically abused uh, for sexual purposes and just disgusting stuff. I think that she has got to be one of the front runners for Best Supporting Actress, and I think the lock for Best Supporting Actor is Michael Fassbender. I have not seen a creepier performance probably since Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The best comparison I could make would be Christoph Waltz's character in Inglourious Basterds, except I think Michael Fassbender was even creepier, even more bizarre than Christoph Waltz in that movie. Overall, A plus, 10 out of 10 as far as acting goes. I thought the movie was a little slow at points, but because it is a real story and they're trying to keep it true to uh, that story itself, as a matter of fact, Solomon Northup was credited as a writer for the film because the screenplay was based on his book. But uh, I think because of that, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10. To me, this movie is an 8 out of 10. But I do think it is probably one of the best movies or pieces of cinema in regards to slavery that exists out there. This really makes you think about stuff, and it really brings a lot of emotion out of you. And I think, like I said, if you want to see a movie with good acting, this is the movie to see. I highly recommend it. It's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year, and I've seen a lot of good ones. So recommend it if you guys see it. Comment below or video response on what your thoughts are. As always, take it easy. Peace.